Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Total War Warhammer 3. I'm Zacargo, and today we're going to be just starting a series of hopefully a couple of different single-player campaigns on this. I've been doing a whole bunch of co-op lately, and there's been some big updates dropped. There's another one, a big update, scheduled for late October, and I'm looking forward to that. Now, we're going to be doing Nakai the Wanderer here in a new campaign, but before we go, I just want to be clear on something. I was going to do this on the hardest difficulty, but there's an issue, and the issue is sometimes, every once in a while, there's a bug that can cause your army to be unselectable, and if the game saves while this bug is in play, you're screwed if you're on Legendary, because you will never be able to select that army ever again. This is a particularly vicious issue with Nakai the Wanderer, because your main army is also your capital. So yeah, until this issue gets resolved, I definitely don't recommend playing Horde factions on Legendary. I don't recommend playing any faction on Legendary, to be entirely honest, until that bug gets resolved. So we will be not quite playing on Legendary. That's one of many bugs, but that is the one that is probably going to stand in our way the most. Now, I mentioned we're going to be playing Nakai the Wanderer. This is a big alligator boy. Most of the lizard factions are not nomadic, but Nakai himself is, and he has a lot to do with the Croxagores, which are... he's a Croxagore. He's a big alligator boy. So, this is the guy we're going to be playing. Go ahead and take a look at settings. We're going to be taking it off of Legendary, because it just doesn't work. We're going to be scaling up the endgame difficulty. We're going to give ourselves a little bit more warning that it's happening. And we're going to move it back to about turn 180, just in case. Now we're going to leave on the long victory trigger. So basically, if we're having a good run and we end up achieving our long victory, then the end game will trigger. And if we're having a hard game where we're not doing so hot and we haven't acquired our long victory, it'll trigger here. I think it's more fun to turn the difficulty of the end game up. So I want to put it back just a little bit. Now, just a heads up, this is the third time I'm restarting this. I thought maybe I'd be able to get around the other bug, but that did not end up working out. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. Nakai! Alright. Alright, so once upon a time, there's a couple decisions that you have to make on the first turn, and basically, do you want to go for sequence of creation, or do you want to go for sequence of growth? I go for sequence of growth because income is king in the early game, and we're also going to go ahead and attack this guy. We're going to go ahead and encircle him once to prevent him from... Actually, we don't even need to. We can auto-resolve without taking any casualties. And that's quite wonderful. To start off with, I think that Route Marcher and Inspiring Presence are insanely valuable. Campaign movement speed, easy to overlook. Gonna go ahead and start getting this guy invested towards Specialist, and we're gonna put ourselves to Encamp stance. Now, looking at our start, we are over here. We're underneath Cathay. We've got some area to the west of us where we have these. What are these? The Burning Wind Nomads of Cathay. We've got those guys over there. They're decently strong to start with. I think they have at least 5 settlements. Anyway, we also have the Jungle of Cheon right here. These guys only have 1 territory, but they're made of some units that are pretty hard for us to crack right off the bat, so I don't really think we want to pick a fight with them just yet. We want to get a little stronger. And over here, this faction, the Wormkins, is the same faction of the guys that we just destroyed. So we're already at war with these guys. It makes sense to continue fighting them. I'm going to go ahead and set our course to head over off in that direction. I suppose, as a side note, let's see, Barrel Bastillodon. This could be very useful. I'd love to get this. You know what? We're gonna go for it. Alright, beginning of turn 2, we're gonna continue wandering off in the direction of this guy. Looks like he's starting to recruit some units. That's alright. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy. So these guys are trending towards a positive value. These guys are trending towards 0, so these pretty much neutral over here. These guys are still at war with us. So, yeah, I don't think we're under any threat from the west for the time being. We're gonna move up. Paying close attention. Actually, no. No. Get back. Oh, no, he can't get back. Okay, well, we're going... Oh, these guys are actually cheap. Yo, I thought they'd be expensive. Okay. They're cheaper than normal. There's only one of them. They're 140 armor. Pretty good against armored and infantry. They have a charge bonus. They have a speed of 40. Alright. We can afford an upgrade as well. Let's see, well, how many population we got? We don't have much. I think we're going to save up to go ahead and upgrade our town hall. We're going to need 4 population and 6 grand for that. So, we'll go ahead and just save our money. So, you might be intrigued as to why I went with this as my offensive strategy, and the reason is I think this Feral Bastiladon unit is incredibly powerful. The thing to understand about monstrous infantry is this. Take this unit of Saurus Warriors, for example. There's normally 50 of them, and right now they're at half health, which means they have half the offensive capability. This is something where large units, or like single unit monsters, really differ from almost everything else. Is this one Feral Bastiladon does not lose any damage until it is dead. It stays at 100% of its damage output until it has fallen. And so taking numerous fights with wounded armies, these Feral Bastiladons are actually going to be extremely effective. The Saurus Warriors, their upkeep stays the same even though they're at half health, but their damage output has dropped. So we're going to do another round of recruiting these Feral Bastiladons. I also think they're extremely valuable because of how much armor that they have. They're going to be pretty good at tanking ranged units and melee units, and the only thing that's going to be any good against them will be something like Spearmen, which, I mean, they could easily have Spearmen, but we'll see how it goes. This guy over here, he's just got a bunch of Marauders. I think there's 5 units of Marauders in his garrison, 4 or 5, and at least 3 in his army. Not really worried about it. Alright. He has recruited a ton of standard guys. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and encircle him. So, with any luck, this guy will launch an attack on us between turns. We don't want to fight in the city. Fighting in the city is going to give him a pretty huge advantage. We also don't want to fight him at full health. So we'll launch the attack when we have enough advantage not to worry about it, or if he sallies out and wants to fight us on open ground where our massive monsters are going to have the advantage, then we'll do that. Okay. He did not sally out. Works for me, honestly. Looks like we can go ahead and pick up this research, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's check on the state of the auto-resolve. Pyrrhic victory, we're still going to take casualties. We'll go ahead and keep the siege going. Alright. Oh, our dude over here has leveled up. And get another point into specialist for him. And we can now auto-resolve this guy out of here. I did let my Saurus shields get taken away there. And obviously that's not necessarily ideal, but I think it'll be okay. Looks like we're gonna hit for next turn. Seems pretty good to me. Okay, Gonna enter encampment stance, go on over here. This guy has a couple of Jade Warriors and a pretty nasty garrison. Let's see. Gonna go ahead and grab Predatory Fighter on him. We're gonna save enough of our money that we can upgrade on the next turn. But it looks like we can do another round of recruitment before then. And then next turn we'll be able to start this this big thing that will give us the recruitment of the Kroxigor, which is a unit that our Lord buffs the crap out of. So not only does this give us the Kroxigor, but it's also going to let us go for this particular structure. And this structure is really useful because it gives us an army ability that lets us spawn a pretty basic cavalry unit globally. This right here is hyper value. It's 3 units for free every time our Lord fights. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Sequence of the Warrior is amazing, but we don't have shielded guys yet. Sequence of the Guardian is even better. Huge armor bonus for Kroxigors. I think we're gonna start. Well, no. We'll have to work towards that later. For the time being, we're gonna work towards the Sequence of Traversal because 15% campaign movement range is wonderful. Alright, and with that done, I think we're gonna go ahead and... Oh, we have a skill point? Ah, it's for that guy. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and end turn now, and then we're gonna recruit 2 more units of Kroxigors, and then we're gonna march across. Okay, apparently we just got a mission to recruit a war beast. Now...
Most wise.
Okay, this is a trade caravan, and it's important to know that... Okay, for a second I thought I was screwed because this guy's gonna have 2 armies. He's not gonna have 2 armies. Good. Good. Alright. We've already paid to recruit people. So, I think we're actually gonna use that research rate bonus. Still got 1 more turn to recruit Kroxigors. So I guess it's worth explaining that what we're doing right now is very patient playstyle. We need to gather enough strength in order to take this guy out. We don't want to rush. If we go forward too far and this guy has a second army, I know he has more than 1 city. And we are on very hard, which means the AI has huge economy bonuses. I also know that this guy over here doesn't look like a legendary lord, so I want to be cautious here. If I take too many losses and he has a full army that he marches over here, he could easily wipe us out. So we are going to wait as many turns as we have to marshal our strength and heal up a little bit so that we can for certain guarantee victory attacking this city. I know it's kind of taking a lot of turns. Wonderful. Now,
I will.
Yeah, no, not gonna wait 9 turns for that to heal. We go ahead and declare war and begin a siege. We can actually win this, but I think we'll just wait. We don't need to build siege equipment. I don't actually think any of our units can really use siege equipment. I guess we'll go ahead and queue some up just so that the notification goes away. I do think that having siege equipment influences the effect of the auto-resolve, so maybe by building some it'll help us? I don't know. Looks like we are going to gain a little bit of a heal. That's fine. Honestly, with the number of units he has defending this, 1 or 2 turns of sieging will make a huge difference in how much loss we actually take. We'll go for the sequence of plunder. Decisive victory. Low casualties. We'll go ahead and take that. Oh yeah. There we go. Dragon Helm. Fire resistance and armor. Not really sure how useful the fire resistance is gonna be here, but I'll go ahead and take it. So we got some levels on Nakai. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and drop his recruitment rank even more. Can we merge these guys together? No, we're going to have to just lose them eventually somehow. Alright. Alright, we're going to split this guy off as a scout. Going to go into a camp stance. Man, our casualty replenishment is really bad. Let's see what we can do about that. This building. We actually have 2 buildings that can boost it. Okay. I'll take it. Oh, and we also have this. Hang on. Okay, we don't have enough money for that. Never mind. Projects for later, then. So, you might be wondering why I've used auto-resolve so much, and the reason has to do with how the auto-resolve splits the damage your army takes. If you fight a fight manually, the particulars of the battle actually matter, in the sense that the units you engage with first are probably going to take a whole ton of damage, and units that you use to flank or whatever aren't going to take very much. The auto-resolve is really nice here because our casualty replenishment is so low. It actually lets us spread the damage out pretty evenly amongst all of our melee fighters, which means we're maximizing our casualty replenishment. On Legendary, you really want as much early game momentum as you can, and I know that it's probably more interesting to watch fights. Trust me, we'll get to a fight here soon. Alright, we've got a buff to our magic. Got an army mustering here, but I'm a little curious. Does he have another army over here? Can you get... Okay, he can't get all the way there. Oh, that, like, doubled our casualty replenishment. Yeah, we were going up 70 HP on these per turn when we were sieging and about 150-ish before. Now we're going up 500. Okay, so these casualty replenishment buildings, super high value. I also don't believe that this guy has no army, so I'm kind of on edge looking for his main army. Okay. We have another event at the start of this turn, giving us 10% weapon strength. Our mages are pretty bad, so we're going to go ahead and use that. I'm also going to go ahead and try to steal tech. Yay! Alright. I want him to keep doing this because we have a lot of technologies that are very useful, and we're not researching very fast. Decisive victory. What is this? Okay, hang on. Direct damage, 4 uses, duration of 14 seconds, so at least 400-ish damage. Strong versus... okay. Alright, seems pretty good. We're gonna keep investing in the gifts for Quetzal over here. We're also gonna focus on recruitment cost. I don't really think this guy has anywhere to go. We want to save up in order to get this structure next, I think. So we'll go ahead and save our money for now. Oh, a quest has been issued, and why is it on the other side of the planet? Alright. It gives us 5 grand and a legendary item that gives us an aura of 10% aura of 10% damage resistance, as well as 5%, so 15 on the Lord. Casualty replenishment buff for taking a fight. 5 grand is a lot of money. Scurvy dogs. I kind of have a hard time believing that a legendary item is going to be a good move. More importantly, there's a 20 stack over here. So this guy's main army has finally revealed itself. It was doing something up north. Looks like that's not... wait, what? I can target my own buildings with steel tech? Okay, hang on. Okay, that's going to boost our research rate by an absolute ton. More importantly, this guy is moving up, and he's got a lot of units. So let's go ahead and just sort of move up here. I'm pretty sure he's on his last settlement, and I wanted that... Right now, I'm split between recruiting 3 units of Kroxigors and waiting to afford the more expensive thing. I think I'm going to take 3 units of Kroxigors now, and hopefully after this fight, we'll be able to get that other upgrade.
I bow only before dragons.
Looks like that guy's going to run away. Now,
I am no one's slave.
it's worth noting, there's actually a really weird mechanic at play whenever you're doing a faction like this, where technically I'm a horde, and right, here's my capital, here's all the buildings in it, it's also with my main army. These cities, I don't actually own them. They're owned by my vassal. And that means that this guy may not actually want to attack them just because my vassal is not me. So, I'm not sure if he will attack us. You might be thinking, this guy, just being one lord, he could go siege a city by himself. And I would have to send my lord to go defend against him. But I don't actually think that he can. Or rather, I don't know that he will.
To touch a dragonborn is blasphemy.
Okay, so this is their legendary lord, and for some reason he drove off into the ocean. I'm gonna cancel our recruitment of these Kroxigors, and I'm just gonna take this city. If I can. Boom. Ha! Okay. Let's see. Come on. Spin around. Back in range. Back into encamp stance. And can I build this? No, I don't quite have enough, but I'm close. And bonus, this city has a whole garrison of 12, and they're at full strength. So I can actually just chill over here. Now, I want to mention briefly that this guy is an amazing fighter, and I definitely think it's worth upgrading him over here. It's also really worth going for this Renowned and Feared Gifts of the Jungle. There's an upkeep perk, a replenishment perk, and then I think we'll go ahead and focus on him being a combatant for now. I do want to pick up Draft Master soon, though. I'm kind of really torn between which ones I want to go. I think we're gonna go for Draft Master, and I've noticed that there's a vampire count near us. We need 4 points to unlock Draft Master, so I put 1 point into Fervent, just because there is a vampire near us. Ooh. That has a low chance to succeed. Can it steal from this one? It can, at a 61% chance. We could steal our own technology, boys. How about that? We failed to steal our own technology. How about that? Looks like that guy has retreated all the way back to over there. So I'm going to go ahead and queue those up. I can also move our horde up. Now he's got a full stack of 20 units. So we should be very careful not to underestimate him. We will not be auto-resolving the final fight with this guy. This dude is raiding with 2 people. Alright, whatever, dude. I guess we'll go ahead and keep bouncing our single hero back and forth between these 2 cities to steal our own technology. Attaboy. Okay, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna recruit right in front of him. And I'm wondering if I can bait him into attacking me. Okay, we can see over here the next city is not owned by this guy, so it's definitely his last. He's only making 300 gold per turn. Now, I don't know how much the difficulty actually influences any of this. It's got to be said. Alright, we now have that cavalry ability. We're going to go and park ourselves right across the way. And what can we recruit? I want a unit I can recruit in one turn that'll actually be good against his comp. I see Jade Warriors. Honestly, I think the biggest hole in our army is just standard infantry. Now, hopefully, we're close enough that maybe the garrison can help him out. It's important that we get as close to the city as possible, because if the garrison can help him, then he might consider attacking with them as reinforcements. And if he does that, then we should be able to fight them on open ground, because fighting them in the city is a bad idea for us. Greyherds come, a Redhorn tribe has appeared. And he's right here. That's fine. Yeah, this guy did not end up attacking us, so we're gonna go ahead and move in for the encircle. We could auto-resolve this, but I'm going to encircle him, I'm gonna siege him for a turn, and then we're gonna fight the battle. Because I don't think it's any fun to just auto-resolve stuff like that. We had war declared on us by this guy, so I would like to scout around a little bit and see what can be seen. So we're gonna go ahead and scout with our little lizard boy. Oh, these guys are enemies with the burning winds. Defensive drills. Is that 15? Hang on. That is 15 melee defense to every unit in my army. Okay, now is the present. We fight the battle. I could not have asked for a better event. Alright, looks like he has an absolute ton of spearmen. It's fine. We want to try to match his spearmen against my against my swords. Oh shit, I built spear infantry. Oh, that's not right. I meant to build the normal guys. That's alright. With any luck, we'll be able to use them to absorb quite a bit of damage. The big thing that's going to happen in this fight is I need to make sure that I just get the right type of infantry onto his Jade Warriors. If I can have to stall his spearmen with my Bastillodons, I will. I just need to make sure that my standard Croxagors, or the Sacred Ones, get onto his Jade Warriors. Alright, let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look-see at the map. Looks like we have this gigantic river going through it, and bridges pointing over here. This area over here is kind of wide. And there's a pretty long distance. Okay, shortest distance to the victory point is going to be to attack from either this angle or this angle over here. Like here to here to here to here. Alright. These Bastillodons, I'm a big fan of them because they have 110 armor. If we take a look at these guys' armor, or missiles, they actually have almost no AP. And that's one of the things that's great about facing peasant archers, is they have just very low armor key. They just don't really hurt armored units very much. Peasant long spearmen. Go ahead and have these guys. Should be alright. The other thing about these Bastillodons is that while they are not technically great against spearmen, they also are each about as strong as an individual unit. So if I can stack 5 of them onto some peasant spearmen, they should still win pretty decisively.
So does us. Nice job. Taka.
Also going to go ahead and use that ability. Going to get into the middle of the fray, gathering up all of the Bastillodons. And we have some cavalry that we're able to spawn. Where do I want to spawn them? I think over here is good. Oh man! Oh, those have utterly destroyed their formation.
Knock, knock.
Good so far. Got another use of this. I'll go ahead and use this on the spearmen if I can. Oh, it's Jade Warriors. I'll go ahead and use it on the peasant archers then. It'll hurt them a lot more. That's fine. Those guys will just have to tank the archers for a little bit. They should get ready to move on them though. Actually, we'll go ahead and have two of them move up. Third one stand behind. These guys should be moving. We're going to break through this right-hand side with our monstrous infantry way before we break through the left-hand. That's fine, because we'll have the victory point and the master. Now she has a spell that's called Dragon's Breath. Okay. I gotta be a little careful for that Dragon's Breath spell. Looks like he's gonna let me flank his archers once again with that. There's no way that barricade's gonna last very long. Go ahead and use these spells as well. Got some spearmen here, so. Come on. You guys can do it. Break the thing. Oh, there's units in front of it. No wonder they're not fighting it. He's still got a whole bunch of his population wrapped up in this fight over here. Might look like overkill, but having this many units that cause terror in our monsters means that we can disrupt them pretty intensely. Let's want this thing to move up. Get over there. Very good, very good. How's this barricade doing? Still pretty high up on the barricade. Oh no, oh, this unit ran out of stuff to charge. Well, that's not ideal. Group 2 is higher health, so actually, we'll just have Group 1 and 2 move on, and we'll have I stay behind and handle that last unit of Jade Warriors. He's got a lot of guys over here that are rallying, but I really don't think that's going to be much of an issue at all. Looks like we actually did break through the left side first. Really wasn't expecting that. Take that. Let's have two of you focus on this, and the rest of you focus on the barricade. And Nakai. Okay, we'll have one group of the wounded ones stay behind with Nakai, deal with all of these infantry that are rallying outside of the army. We'll have group number 2 push forward, and we'll split. Oh, that one's in. Okay, never mind. We're good here. gonna go ahead and stick my artillery monster on the Lord because she's basically a wizard.
So does us.
Gonna have the high health one split off to fight the spearman. Actually, we'll have all of them split off to fight the spearman.
Dog Ash.
We'll have this thing move forward. It can always switch to melee mode and fight like that if it needs to. Okay, you go there, you go there, you go here, you go there, and you go to the point. You are going after him. Group number 1 is just kind of holding the line here with Nakai. And we'll spawn some more cavalry. Where? We've kind of already run, but I think right here to charge into this line is going to be the best. Okay, never mind. It wasn't the best. That's fine. We'll just have them charge into the back of the spearman. Or spearman will run. Okay. Alright, I think we've just about won this. All things considered, we kept the casualties to a minimum. All of our Croxagores are still at 7 or 8, which is nice because that's the maximum number of dudes in their unit, so they'll heal up almost instantly. Saurus Spears, we're probably going to disband all of them, and Bastillodons are still pretty high health. I'm okay with losing them, but, you know, it is what it do. Alright, so the fight went pretty well. We're going to go ahead and disband these Saurus Spears because I meant to make Saurus Warriors. And actually, our thing is high enough that we can upgrade to making shielded boys. We also got a talisman of 5% ward save. Might be pretty useful. And we get another 5 melee defense for our Croxagores. That's pretty good, pretty good. We took almost no casualties in that, so I'm going to see if we can go ahead and take on this Beastman right over here. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get the whole garrison from this settlement. Okay, maybe we were. He's retreated. Real quick, let me just spend his point on Draft Master and upkeep or casualty replenish. It's kind of 6 to 1, half dozen the other. So I'm going to go with casualty replenishment just so that we can always be at full strength. Looks like this is a decisive victory. Easy. Take the treasure. And we'll go ahead and disband these 3 guys over here. Go back into a camp stance. Yep, another 2% casualty. And look at that. Yeah. Earlier we were at 150 per turn, now we're at 650 per turn. So that is absolutely wonderful. Let's take a look at what we can recruit. We have 7 grand, so we could recruit more Croxagores. I'm thinking that's probably a good idea. We also gained an obsidian amulet from that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're also going to go ahead and upgrade this building. And let's see. We can get upkeep reduction here. So we'll go ahead and grab that upkeep reduction as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for the first recording session. Up next, we're going to have to make a bit of a decision as to where I should go next. We've got Vampire Coast over here, Dark Elves over here, 2 units of Vampires over here, and then a Cathay Splinter Faction Burning Wind Nomads over here. We've also got the Jungles of Cheon, or whatever. That's going to be it for me here on Total War today. If you have enjoyed this so far and you want to see it turn into a series, by all means, likes, comments, shares, so on and so forth really helps me out. I'm going to be looking for ways to improve the production value of this. So if you've got any suggestions or any comments, any big problems with this video you'd like to see addressed, so on and so forth, let me know in the comments. I'm not shy about it. You won't offend me. I'm going to be playing this whether people want to see a series on it or not. So if people do want to see a series, just be sure to let me know. I'm happy to go through that little bit of extra, I say little bit. Admittedly, the majority of the time making something for YouTube is not actually spent playing the game, but I'm happy to go through the trouble and put it up on YouTube if people want to see it. Just let me know. Anyway, I've been Cargo. This has been fun, and hopefully I'll see you soon with some more Total War. I've been Cargo, and this has been fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.